It is time to do a thing, and by a thing I mean, hey, the title of this video should be kind of self-relevant, but to explain while we're setting up here, even though all I'm really going to do is hit quick play, so I guess I'll explain in a moment. As we get to Yogathak Scar's character exclusive Haru, perfect, not really, it's looking at the mysteries, but we're going to do a lot of forest stuff. So I want to do some events for the forest. Not that they'll be any different, they're literally just going to be the same forest events we know and love, but I'm going to tweak them around a little bit because I can't make art. But second encounter, that's one of the reasons anyway. Second encounter, light, dexterity, knowledge, second mystery, and maybe strength. And if you want me to explain further on that and I forget to talk about it because I'm supposed to talk about it because I want to talk about it, then yeah, just shout out a comment and I'll definitely usually 50% of the time remember. Hopefully. If I take notes, I usually remember things, but sometimes I forget to take notes, so I don't have any notes pulled up in front of me right now, but for the most part, this has been something that it's on my docket schedule, what I wanted to do for World of War, because, you know, as I'm doing game dev stuff, as I'm writing here and there, as I am trying to do things for this channel with other games, yeah, I wanted to do something smaller with the World of Horror, so if I just, you know, push out events every now and then that would be fine. So the only requirements for these runs, gameplay-wise, for this channel, series on this channel, is that I just need to make sure I have either botanist or footage. That's really the main requirements. Now, at this point you might be saying, as we have scissors, ward, festival, botanist, and ramen, and the other requirements, take them last, sorry, but you might be wondering at this point, well, Jordan, this is actually quite bad, but, well, Jordan, if you... Oh, I forgot what I was going to say. Gosh dang it. Why do I should actually just... I usually don't... The reason why I don't normally have notes up while I'm doing videos, sometimes I do, and I've said so, but most of the times is because I want my brain power, so as I get older, as a human being, I want to help my brain stay healthy, which means that if I were to remember things myself rather than look at things on a screen, I feel for me it works a bit better, at least in my life, but sometimes that's not the case. Oh, that's right, we're on scars as well. I think there was one other facet to this that I was trying to take care of, but... or I should explain, my phrasing, my English is failing me as a native English speaker. Don't let it be said that because someone speaks another language that they, you know, their English might sound weird, because Americans already sound bad enough already. And if that flub in the last 5 seconds didn't tell you anything, then boy. Anywho, wow, I would have liked funds right there. In the meanwhile, I guess we'll do this. We might as well... but I know one thing I wanted to say is, yeah, at this point you might want to, you might be asking, well, Jordan, you know, if you, I forgot I was going to say as I was saying that, what do I do to it? I should just say it. Oh, public speaking. Anywho, I did take a public speaking, not course, but there was a moment where public speaking was very important for me to learn how to do, and it's been a long time since I've done any of that. Also, I have not smoked these cigarettes yet, which might be very, very bad for me. I can also throw this bottle of water if I feel inconfident, but yeah, when I miss all of those kicks because 80% means nothing, I'm just gonna run. That being said, Seaside School. Okay, so, what I wanted to say is that, yeah, Botanist, you know, doesn't have as many investigations as footages when you have bad RNG, and to that I say, you know, it's bad enough already. 8 is bad enough already. And you might also be asking, well, Household Hell also has mansion investigations, but we're focused on forest, because the forest is the bane of my existence. The mansion is more of a flip-flop. You flip a coin, you get very good things, or you get very bad things. Where and that includes this doesn't even include the events where you can lower Doom, or the other extreme, which is the Rumu Ghost / in some cases Whole Rin thing. But I didn't even smoke a single pack of cigarettes. But in the forest, however, it feels like it's just mainly on average bad things for me. In the mansion, you know, there's Doom decrease, there is possible picking up of empty bottles or broken bottles, even just for an extra damage boost. There is the free spell or sewing kit that you can get from those events. That's what I mean by there's a flip-flop of extremes, in my opinion anyway. I haven't put everything down on paper and to see how good the mansion is compared to the forest, but yeah, I really should have gotten another pack of cigarettes because I have no other opportunity to get more until I visit Botanist, which is kind of a mistake. Unless those cigarettes are in my storage because I bought some. But if that were the case, I feel like I would have gotten a brick. And the answer to that question is no, because I'm playing through the game quicker than I can even commentate live. So, that being said, if we're in Timeline A here, good things could happen. We have a lot of Doom to work with. Well, not too much, but we have a fair bit. If we had Akamanto and Recluse, that would be the other one. But we're in Timeline B. So, bow for a collapse, and we equip this bat and move on. Did I fight anything in school already? I'm just gonna take one more step forward to try and save cigarettes. Otherwise, I could just run. If you take scissors, you essentially get a free encounter to run from. That's how much Doom increases during scissors, and by that I mean it doesn't increase by too much. Part of that might be because a lot of things in scissors don't increase their Doom, I feel, but maybe that's wrong. In any case, you are taking still a fair bit of... If you're unlucky, you'll still take a fair bit of HP here and there. But, like, scissors as a whole, I think the fact that there are less investigations does play a factor, bigger factor than failing every single event in terms of how much stamina, reason, and or Doom you save. Also, the encounters here, especially on scissors, are not as painful. Also, since we don't have Scissor Lady, I don't even need to smoke a single pack of cigarettes for the nicotine rush buff. That being said, I probably shouldn't have done that, but it's fine. Like, this is how loose I can play with Haru. Now, when I go into Botanist, it's going to be a bit worse, but we'll deal. So we're on encounter lockout because I ran into two encounters. Or I encountered something before Maru, which was the Young Witch. So I can afford to kind of not smoke cigarettes. I think there's one more investigation where we don't have to fight an enemy. And we actually get Yasugi-san, so perfect. Third mystery, 40% Doom-ish. Bow for a collapse, I believe, and let's level up while the, Scissor Lady knocks on the door. Irezumi is nice for another pack of cigarettes, but until I answer this, the screen is going to continue flashing in my face. Not that hurts my eyes, but that's an interesting thing to note, actually. That in development terms, I don't know. Again, I don't know the code of World of Horror. You just have to believe me when I say that. That means that the screen seems to be activating that effect over the game rather than on that specific screen. By the way, bow, clap, clap, I think. If I remember that correctly. Anywho. And as long as we keep this bat... No, wait, never mind. We didn't keep it. I didn't even notice that. We do have wards, and I didn't get the hospital pass, but we can use the cigarettes at the end of ward, because we're probably just going to run from a lot of stuff anyway. Otherwise, if I believe in myself and the proc rate of the cigarette case, I could opt to do a thing. Smoke cigarettes now. But I'm not going to do that, so... Hey, also you might be hearing things in the side because right next to the wiring of the mouse that I'm using is an empty can, which probably shouldn't leave because it has carbonated drink stuff in it. That being said, a pack of cigarettes would have helped here, but since we have the box cutters, we can just take 2 wall damage here. We could actually just... I was going to throw, or... I was actually planning to throw the wooden bat for some reason, but it's fine. Now we're on lockout unless we run into a downtown encounter. I think we actually are still on lockout downtown. Do a 2 thing, but as we lose... Actually, let's lose reason instead. The curious package, but we can just run. I think we do have the handcuffs, though. Yeah, we do have the handcuffs. So, what we can opt to do instead, aside from just throwing the empty bottle, is we can... yeah, I'm still going to give the package. Who am I kidding? There's no reason I shouldn't smoke the cigarettes now, but I'm going to do one more investigation. Okay, and then we smoke the cigarettes, and we move on. Hopefully this isn't a high threat level hospital. I could just end up dying here. But, as we get one of the better weapons for Haru in the game, if not just the best, then, yeah, we should be able to kind of cruise through. I didn't pick up the handcuffs. We should still be able to do that. Can I fight this, actually? That just gets me killed. That's unfortunate. I hoped that, the game would coin flip me. It did not. The other one was stamina anyway, and we were taking penalty damage, so either way I was dead. I think the other one is stamina, so... Shrug! We'll do another salty run back, because we didn't do a single forced mystery. Oh, Jordan. Anywho, we'll hit quick play just to do things. Herald, ill-fated character exclusive, random item, Toshiaki. And this should be a lot nicer, unless I get a Frostbite tragedy, then this will be like episode 0, or the pilot, or the pre... Oh, I don't know what I want to say. Ow, my foot. Strength, Takushi-san, Charisma, Light, second encounter, and second mystery. That didn't actually hurt, but it surprised me. We can... I mean, it doesn't matter where Toshiaki... quick thinking is better, funny enough. If for no other reason, there's a specific mansion event, for those who don't know, where you can use quick thinking to not go into the otherworldly location, which is very important for Toshiaki, because if you don't take a point in strength, you die. But that's part of Harbinger. Here's my my Book of Gore. Here's my occasional disclaimer that Harbinger is a difficulty you're not meant to succeed on, but for better or worse, I know people who are good at World of Horror. They have a win rate of at least 67% minimum. So Recluse, Vigil, Bulletin, Mermaids, Akamanto. And I say minimum, really it's like 85, 90, 95%, but hey, Vigil, Recluse, Bulletin, Mermaids, Akamanto. And it helps that, unlike me... well, that's right, we need a forest mystery. Unlike me, knowing and remembering all the events is pretty good. Footage, by the way, and then, yeah, we can take... Oh, no, Kana. Yeah. I was gonna do a JoJo call-out, but I didn't know if I would trigger a robot from saying Naka over and over. Anywho, we have Doom to work with. We're Toshiaki. I didn't get the bookstrap. That could have been bad. And we keep the library notes, and we thankfully keep the library notes when we use them. So we're halfway to Alpha Omega Toshiaki. Shrug. But this is not a normal run. What do we have? Herald and Ill-Fated, right? Yeah, so it's definitely not a normal run. But the strategy here, if you might as well go through it, is that you're Ill-Fated, you're going to fail everything, but you want to control things in a way that either indirectly you're just going to recover all your HP by resting, or you want to take Doom choices. Otherwise, alternatively, you could just not... obviously you're supposed to take you're not supposed to roll on checks normally, unless you are doing a very calculated HP play. And by that I mean if you're gonna die to stamina, just fail and lose more reason instead. Number-wise, you lose more HP, but it's kind of important not to die. That ends the run. But aside from that, indirectly, if you need to take stamina or reason damage, or you're forced to, then you need to take the worst of two options. Whether you want to keep everything evenly, stamina and reason even like I like to do, or you don't mind taking more stamina damage than reason, or more reason than stamina, because maybe you're fighting like Akamanto or something, or not Akamanto, the ward boss, where you're fighting all stamina, or for some reason you're going to fight the boss of painting and take a lot of reason, then you want to make your life a little bit, your HP a bit uneven. But what I'm trying to say is at the end you're going to rest a lot. As long as you keep Bath. If you don't have Bath, or if you don't have Bath, or 2, you have Fetid Fumes, you gotta work with what you get. Maybe consider getting the Cure perk for Toshiaki, but either way, you're dealing with some stuff. I didn't even equip the Brook Strap, by the way. That's how bad I was playing. Did we run into a single enemy? I don't think we did either. The funny thing is, I don't think we even have a second encounter check. If we do, then great. If we don't, I'm about to remember my second encounter check. Here we're going to force ourselves into hiding, because the other 2 checks doesn't matter. We're on Ill-Fated as well, so we were definitely going to fail. Even if that could stop us from getting pulled into an otherworldly location. And by that, I mean Frostbite Land. I think it's Boreal Expanse, not Bleeding Desert. I used to call it Bleeding Desert. I think it's Boreal Expanse. That's how much I don't remember the mystery. By the way, I didn't want to take any reason damage there. So, yeah. Funny enough... I memorize a lot of the failures instead, and can you really blame... For those who know me know why, but can you really blame me? Also, yeah, that's not a good meat cleaver at all, but it saves me inventory space by doing that. This helps as well. Basically, anything you can equip, you might as well, unless you have a very specific reason not to, but I could opt to reroll here. I'm gonna do this, because I want 4 knowledge in case I run into a ghost. With 3 knowledge, you're really nerfing yourself against at least some ghost encounters. Not that I plan to fight the Ruma ghost anyway, but the side effect is I get to trade a lot of Doom. Yeah, I've just been yapping on and on and on, but that's... Sorry, for those who are new, that's often what you're going to hear me say. Also, we get to prep attack, cool. The unfortunate part is that we don't get much out of it, so... I could just opt to run. I could also throw the Stalker's Mask for a little bit more damage. We do have Book of Gore, but we're Toshiaki and we have the Doom, so... Now, if we get roads closed right after this mystery, even though, thankfully, we've gotten Household Hell out of the way, footage is going to be a bit of a problem. So, that was our first encounter, by the way, as I previously bragged, about remembering my second encounter. And hey, look at that! Taking stamina damage earlier meant that I'm even on stamina reason, because... I feel like you take a little bit more reason at least, but if I were to be more confident, I feel like you take a lot more reason damage in World of Horror. Base, anyway. And the reason I say that is because as you see me play certain custom content, stuff here and there, aside from people who just go crazy and just give you all damage here and there. There are ways that, you know, you can customize a character, their events, linked events, custom mysteries, into making you take more doom, more stamina, or more reason, mainly. You could also opt to go unique and try to threaten zero statting, but oftentimes that's not a great decision unless you have something. You need to give the player something, in my opinion, if you're going to do something like that, because nerfing stats, not only, you know, if you care about events and RNG for the people with average luck, you know, you don't want them to be failing events left and right, but at the same time, you also are nerfing their battle capabilities. So can I do this? No, I can't. Wow. This meat cleaver is super bad. I could just opt to throw the Stalker's Mass. But that's not worth saving a thingamajiggy, so... You know what? I should have actually gotten a better weapon here. I don't know why I haven't done that yet. Anywho. I probably just could have just kicked and been a lot better, but hey. Although we are in arms, I might want to consider it. Yeah, you know what? While we're on a third mystery with 20% Doom, I think I've earned a bit of preparation. And I think we have the illegal den as well, so let's go for something. The meat cleaver we know is absolute hot garbage. We can also grab an ally here, but what we really want, aside from the thought flash, is we want the thing, but you will help as well. I'm spending a lot of doom here, but can you really blame me? Alright, well, that's not the best army knife, but we can sell the meat cleaver, hopefully? Yeah. Also, I have not been remembering events where I can pick up free book-type items, which would be very helpful, but... Hey, we'll trade off reason, because we don't know if we're going to be on Timeline B. If we get out of funds, never mind. That's funny enough, that's better than out of funds, but again, you have to hope you get that event. I think that's an apartment event too. Thank you for the holes, I didn't need them, but hey. And we're going to enter our fourth mystery with about 50% doom. But we are on Timeline B. So, a normal army knife and a lot of wishing. I could opt to do this. For giggles, why not? Even though I'm supposed to hit the forest mystery. Well, on average we get 8 damage, if 50% is true here. Otherwise, we just get a 3-turn, which, you know, is a lot better than I expected. You know what? Yeah, that's a lot better than I expected. Anywho, note that we also still have Book of Gore as well, but Thought Flash would be nice. I would reroll for that, but, you know, we didn't need to reroll, so... Yeah, not a lot. So, the other okay, the third thing I was supposed to say is I'm supposed to be remembering at least certain things, or at least I'm supposed to hit a certain screen cap button, although we have to do mermaids first. We have a lot of doom to work with, but a lot of bad luck can quickly turn that around, but it's not likely. Foreknowledge? Oh, that's right. Ill-fated. My body. I have to cough, but I didn't want to mute. Anywho. Yeah, we just have to take that in the face. I could opt to rest now, but I'm gonna try to be confident and reach footage so I can get the tireless bonus. I'm gonna be playing really greedy here, so do excuse me. Although we're gonna be able to desperate struggle anyway, unless I just miss like that, then I'm just gonna be... I think I can still prep attack, right? Yeah, we can. Thank goodness Toshiaki is Toshiaki, but... Fun times ahead. Do we get to do anything else? Did I even visit the police station? I don't think I did. Well, let's take care of that, because we have a max threat level forest, and that would not be good if and when we get the roads closed effect, which... Do we have that? I'm playing really loose. I would have rested by now, or remembered to rest by now, if I didn't have Book of Gore. And I don't know why I took that check in the face. I think the other one is Doom, funny enough, so... You still get the tireless bonus, because I didn't actually rest, so hey, by the way, funds. And yeah, we should be out of this soon. If we're not, I'm gonna be very sad. This is another book item, by the way. So yeah, we're super fast. In fact, you know, I would have liked to just spend Doom here, but I think we even get to defeat this guy if we get really, really lucky. So I'm just gonna take this 3 stamina damage in the face because I feel really confident. We don't need to level up anymore. We don't need to level up anymore. That's all I need to say. We don't even need to handcuff because we 2-shot this guy. We get a fire axe for our trouble. We can sell it, but we don't need to. Because when we run to out of funds... I'm going to use out of funds to my, well, theoretical advantage here, in that it's going to erase an event and replace something else. Because I know I have Doom to spend. Period. That's the end of the sentence. Also, I want to rest here because it's more efficient to rest here than in the lighthouse. I'm pretty sure. At least in a vacuum of rest, which we do have because we have the power of Thought Flash. So I might as well spend this now. That way I don't have to worry about any tragedies happening. But, you know, things. And we can, 75% is like 20% chance of hitting every single attack here. We just need to hit at least 2, but that will work as well because we have the Stalker's Mask. We still need to hit all 5 attacks. 4 times 6 is 24, which is not enough. You know what? Let's go for a full forest investigation here. Let's see how unlucky I really am. Just looking. Thankfully, that's a nice event. But so yeah, we want out of funds to replace a thing here. By the way, I think that overwrites the location investigation, which by that I mean... So, this is a max threat level forest, I believe, so my doom should increase by 2. Never mind, I'm going crazy. Okay, never mind. Did I put the police... No, I put the police station there. Okay, what I was going to say is when you run into a generic event, the threat level doesn't hit you in the face. I also didn't do a thing, which I was supposed to do, so let me do that now. And yeah, we'll be working on forest events. Basically, the end goal of this is that I want to slowly remember, in one way or another, forest events, and then just make a bunch of custom events, at least in the forest, and have fun with them. But we'll see. And I might as well explain. Actually, hold on. Let me brace here because there's no reason to be. There's no reason to take any risk here. Let's just do. Even though I'm taking a risk by doing 3 attacks, that can all miss. But yeah, the end goal is just to make a lot of forest events, and maybe this will slowly inch me towards my kind of customized world of horror in terms of a lot of custom events that I can replace every event with. Even though I wouldn't be in this case, because what I'm going to do is like, so for example, oh, I don't have it anymore, but I go into an event called Event X, and the base game has Event X, but then I have my own. Now, the one nuance there is that I need to make one that's exactly the same, because you can always tell if an event is a custom event, I'm pretty sure, because the game will always try to display text. You could make the background black to try and cover up the black text, but for safety reasons, you should just make a separate event that's the same. That does mean, gameplay-wise, that there's more weight to the same kind of event that exists in base. If you understand what I'm saying, perfect. If you don't, I don't know the best. I'm failing to think of the best way to explain this at the moment, but essentially I'm trying to make a lot of custom events that are the same as the base events, but they're not because they'll do different roles, they'll check different roles, they'll reward or penalize you with different things, and, there'll be different flavor text, obviously, so, shrug. But in the meanwhile, yeah, it doesn't really... I just guessed on that, 25%. And we don't need to level up because we're perfectly... we can get that wrong. We have 68% Doom, and Toshiaki is pretty cool. Haha! More for Thought Flash. But, anywho. So as I complete that, that's all I really want to do. Hopefully this is a good start to this week, at least, and we'll see how long this goes. Otherwise, thank you for watching. I'll see you later. Bye!